boy, Daniel Cameron, he is not happy at all.
And it is great to see. And the way Cliff talked about it could have meant any Uncle Ruckus or just any that had me going. But he should be concerned because when you meet people like Tamika Palmer, the mother of Breonna, and you see the activism, we are showing, and Cliff is showing, and all of the other groups on the ground are showing that we have not forgotten Kentucky. And people always have this mentality that when it comes to our type of activism and things that we do, that oh, just give it some time, it's just going to blow over. We have shown that we're going hard in Kentucky, and as you've always said, Roland, on this show, you got to support organizations on the ground. I didn't hear any mention in your entire conversation about anything that the DNC was doing or partnerships with the DNC. Taking it right to the people is where we need to be devoting our resources. And Cameron should be concerned because he is still identifying of somebody who is a criminal, who is charged, and how many different trials. He wants to ride with him and go down with him. Well, what is Trump really going to do for him at this point? Now, I can understand if you want to enjoy the support of a Mitch McConnell down there in Kentucky, but to continually tie yourself to a man who's multiply indicted and facing all of these different charges, it's a losing battle. But also, what we are doing on the ground is going to be more important than anything they can do, because I really feel like Kentucky, especially with Beshear running for re-election, he's not some random candidate, and looking at that website and just showing a difference in policies, it puts us in really solid footing. And so I'm optimistic, but I'm optimistic because of what people like Cliff and all of the other organizations are doing, more so than I am in what the DNC or Biden are doing to help us get Beshear reelected.
I mean, Michael, Cliff is correct. They didn't actually say in the promo he was an Uncle Tom. They just simply said Uncle Daniel.
Right. Yeah, it's a number of things here. No, they didn't say Uncle Tom, and Uncle Tom would be the incorrect word. That was actually Josiah Henson, who was a freedom fighter for Black people. Sambo would be the correct term for Daniel Cameron if they wanted to use that term, but they decided not to. I listened to the ad. The ad is not racist at all. What this is a hit dog that's hollering, who's trying to deflect from his record and doesn't want to stand on his record, doesn't want to have to defend his record. So then he wants to call a Black organization racist against him, but he continues to push policies that are in opposition to African Americans. Now, for the sake of accuracy, I don't support Daniel Cameron, don't support the majority of his policies, but I'm on his website right now, and I saw you talk about the better schools, strong economy, safe streets. You have to scroll down below that, and right before the video, he has a link. Click here to read Cameron's catch-up plan. So this is a 5-page catch-up plan, and then if you scroll down below the video, he has 2 more links that go to PDFs that explain his policies. Okay, now I don't agree with his policies, but just for the sake of accuracy, scroll down below those 3 bullet points. And then the other thing is, and now I've been on his website, looking at his website. The other thing, and I don't know how deep you want to get into this, Roland, but he has his wife on the website as well. And it says, meet Mackenzie. And then it talks about moms for Daniel Cameron, things like this as well. And it's obvious he's married to a white woman too. Okay, so once again, now she's on the website. They're talking about Meet Mackenzie. They're talking about moms for Mackenzie, things like this. So when you have anti-Black behavior and an anti-Black mentality, and you support policies that are against African Americans, that can spread to numerous aspects of your life. And we unfortunately see this manifest here. Hopefully he's defeated.
First, again, I don't give a damn who he's married to. I don't give a damn who he's married to. That's irrelevant to me. What I'm looking at is, and yeah, you could talk about clicking even further, but the reality is, I did click, and he only got three issues on here. That's all he's got. Okay, you can go down below. I clicked through it, and the bottom line.
To explain it.
Yeah, he still got 3. Okay, in education, he got sub-points under education, but that's it. At the end of the day, what he's doing, Matt, is a typical Republican bumper sticker campaign. And that's what it boils down to. And so I keep the focus on him, not his wife. That's irrelevant to me. I'm looking at where he stands on issues that Black people care about. And the reality is, on the issues, Andy Beshear is better on the issues that Black folks care about than Daniel Cameron.
Absolutely. And the problem here is the same kind of cognitive dissonance that we see all the time, where particularly Black conservatives try to play it both ways, right? Meaning they try to say, I'm Black, so when it comes to us and it's advantageous for me to be Black and play this Black role, I try to have whatever proximity to Blackness I can. But the rest of the time, I want you to recognize me as the one that got away from the plantation. We hear that kind of rhetoric all the time, where Black conservatives are trying to make it exceedingly clear that they're not a part of whatever they believe are Black issues or issues that are seen to be not, consonant with the conservative ideal. And that's exactly what Daniel Cameron has done. And I like that this ad has been advanced the way that it has, because a lot of times, like Cliff said, I think masterfully, Black people get accused of being monolithic, right? Accused of not being discerning in choosing their political representatives and looking at the actual issues rather than looking at the person's skin. And this is a good example of saying you are not actually with us. No matter how you might try to do the song and dance where you think it helps you to be aligned with us, you choose against us all the time. And that's inherent in his policies. So I think that comparison of the policies is important. And I think that, it is not only a bumper sticker campaign, but even the idea of, quote, trying to stop wokeness. One of the problems I see with Cameron and a lot of other politicians is that they're really involved in things that should have no bearing on what their job is. If you're the attorney general or potentially the governor, there are certain spheres of influence you should have that don't necessarily concern certain social issues. But where you do have the influence, i.e. you're the attorney general, and you can't find the evidence in your investigation that other law enforcement agencies have, then we have to ask why. And that's because you're acting in conformity with the ideology that is getting you where you want to go. And the reality with Black conservatives is they very often play that tokenism role, and where it's helpful to them, they play it up. So you can't be surprised that on the back end, we call you out for you not being who you claim to be, and that's one of us, because we see how you act. And that is demonstrative of who you truly are.
Yep. And what you do is not what you say. That's what it boils down to.